organizer with Denver Homeless Out Loud, fighting for the rights and needs of people who are experiencing everyday homelessness. She's done the work for the past 7 years. However, she's been involved in the work for the past 32 years. Terese, please come to the stage. Woo!
Yet thousands in this city alone are without homes. There are 5 cranes within 2 blocks and 5 Points right now building multi-story apartments. These are not for the communities who are displaced from those blocks. These are for rich white developers. Across the street from this, there are about 5 tarps draped over shopping carts in an alleyway where a few people are trying to survive and fighting to stay in their community as they have thousands and hundreds of their friends swept farther and farther and farther away from the city in hiding from police. This is the city. This city has room, but for who? I am not homeless right now. I have the privilege of access to a home with 4 walls and a roof and a door that locks due to community. I've also had the privilege of learning the reality of the world of homelessness from hundreds of friends on the streets. With that privilege comes responsibility. A responsibility to live in solidarity with those without homes. My friend Aurora has a disease where she periodically is overcome with stomach pains and unable to walk. She works when she can, but with bad credit and minimal pay, she's unable to pay for a place to live. She has a partner and feels safer with him on the streets than in the shelters where she would be split up from her partner. She stayed on the streets in a makeshift tarp and with a tent when she's lucky on and off for years. One day I was with her when police came, of the many days they come, to move her and all of her friends along. There's a law, you see. It's called the unauthorized camping ban. We advocates have renamed this law, more accurately, the survival ban. This law says it is illegal to use any form of protection from the elements other than your clothing. The police are pressured by business conglomerates, developers, and the mayor of this city to enforce this law. This means if you are homeless and trying to survive with any cover to stay warm, you can be forced to move far off hidden areas, ticketed, or even arrested and jailed for using a blanket. When police came that day to force Aurora away, she was in great pain and could not walk, yet police still surrounded her and told her either she needed to move right then, go to a hospital, or go to jail. My friend Monica also stays on the streets because she doesn't want to be separated from her husband. She has physical disabilities and is unable to work. She's been trying to get on disability for years, and it's a years-long process. One day police came, of the many times they come, to her tent to tell her and her husband needed to move along due to the camping ban, called survival ban. Her husband had a warrant for drinking tickets, so they took him to jail, leaving Monica alone and forced to move. She moved to a dark alley where she was raped that night. This is the city we live in. These are the women of Denver. The authorities of this city and others in this nation have decided that human life is worthless, and if you are poor and homeless, you should be pushed out of sight by whatever means necessary. This city has room, but for who? We will not stand for this.
Let's go! Let's go!
I'm part of a group called Denver Homeless Out Loud. My colleagues are all around in this space also. You can wave and hi and scream. Our work and the work of all those standing against this injustice and stepping up for the fight is not just to call out this inhumanity, not just to call out this inhumanity, but to change it. My truth is our collective responsibility. Through community, I have a home. Through community, we have brought a lawsuit against the city of Denver for the sweeps. brought state legislation to the Capitol to fight for the right to rest, changed zoning code, built Denver's first tiny home village. Through community, we can make Denver for people, not for profit. One immediate action step I ask of you. Join Denver Homeless Out Loud on January 29th, Monday at the state capitol, 11 a.m. to fight for the right to rest. This law says we have the right to survive in public space. This is a law for all people. Women are on the streets. 42% of people who are homeless are women. This work cannot be done without each other. This is work to be done together. We have to learn to share space, to share our resources, to share decision-making and our lives. This city has room. Let's take that room. Let's make that room.